And then Giants, oh God.
Right. Let's seriously. There's not a lot to say.
No.
They're terrible. They suck.
There's not.
Saquon, maybe.
That's
Probably
really it. Daniel Jones, I will say, came out actually a little bit higher than I expected. I think he was my quarterback 21 in projection.
21.
Which it hints at the ceiling. When he was a rookie, he did have some glimpses when he was with Pat Shermer, a decent enough play caller. Like we saw something there. So
Who'd they trade up to take? Who'd they take Daniel Jones over?
Josh Allen.
Yeah, right.
Oh man, that is just too funny. So almost 4,100 yards, 20 touchdowns, 15. It's like 20 would be nearly double what he did last year. So I'm banking big on Daboll turning this offense around at least a little bit. Is what this bet is. 70 rushes, 364 and 3. He is pretty athletic, and Daboll, he's not going to be the next Josh Allen in terms of running around. Like he's not a truck. He's not tough enough to be Josh Allen. He's not Josh Allen. We know that. But if he even gets a little bit more read options, we've seen Jones have some big runs that he falls on his face and to get sniped in the middle of the field.
That was fantastic.
By nobody, which is still one of my favorite plays of all time. But just that little bit of Konami bump did result in him approaching my top 20 quarterback. So I'm not banking on it. I'm not drafting him much. I actually haven't drafted him one season. Another one of those players that just isn't on.
No, that's not much. None.
0. The only one I am drafting, you mentioned, is Saquon Barkley.
You like him in the receiving game quite a bit.
Love him. I always have. But you have almost 60% of the rushing work. I think it's a very small rushing pie. Minus 20 league average in terms of total plays, with 40% of those being rushes. So 238 rushes seems about right. And 4 yards a clip, I'm not even projecting him to be that great with the work he gets. But I do think he can find the end zone, your 7 touchdowns or so on the ground. But yeah, as you mentioned, the 104 targets is what's really separating Saquon and leaping him in the projections. And I don't think any of that's unfair. It would be the most he's seen since his rookie year. Because that's the first time he actually had a legitimate play caller, and he saw 120 targets that year. He had over 2,000 total yards. He was the running back 1 in fantasy. I don't know if that Saquon still exists. Like, has the injuries caught up? Is he as explosive as he once was? Maybe, maybe not. But all the reports are so far in camp that he looks like the Saquon of old. You know you're going to get those, but we didn't see those last year. He's saying, I'm finally trusting myself. My leg, I'm going full go, and I feel like I was holding back a lot. Again, quotes, words, actions. I want to see it too, yes. But it's all the right things. And what's more maybe important is Daboll's moving him all over the place in practice. He's going out in the slot. It's kind of like the Dalvin Cook usage we were talking about, but this guy's already done the 100-target dance. So I really like him to have a monster receiving season, as you see there. 104 targets, 76 catches, 562 and 3. What do you come up for my projections? Like top 10, right?
I want to say like 8 on both, somewhere around there.
And that's, I think, lead the team. Yeah, 104. So similar to Aaron Jones here, like I think this is one where running back is the most valuable piece of their passing pie. I do like Toney. I mean, I love what I saw in that one game where he had like 180 yards and touchdown. Like very few rookies have ever pulled that off. The list is like Randy Moss and like some of the greats. So he's in elite company, but can I see him do it consistently? Will he always be able to get it done? That is something I'm waiting to see. I think Golladay is the fakest alpha in the NFL.
I could not agree with you more.
Just such a little bitch. That's all I need to say. 85 targets. He's going to catch less than half of them. He probably won't score. I hate him. He's a loser. Wan'Dale Robinson, though, the handpicked. That's one of the reasons I'm still kind of skeptical on Toney. I really like this Wan'Dale kid, the one that Duck. I don't know if you ever saw that, Truth, where Duck got sniped in our rookie draft, and he just let out the biggest like groan, moan, like. It was the sound from hell. And that's because he's a Kentucky fan. He's watched Robinson play. And similar to Vilas, like our next Deebo Samuel lining up in the backfield, catching deep bombs in practice, like highlight play after highlight play. He goes round 18, 19. Kadarius Toney goes round like 8. If I'm going to get a little bit of the receiving game here, which you don't have to do.
You sure don't. I'm not.
But if I'm going to, I'm going to go for the handpicked one by Daboll that's making all the big plays, that has a similar skill set to Toney, that I project out very similarly. I have Toney just a little bit higher, but the price gap, like they're within a couple receivers of each other. The price gap is miles apart. So I actually am landing a lot of Robinson. He's one of my favorite. Like I love wrapping up my drafts going Robinson, Vilas Jones, and Isaiah McKenzie, who we'll talk about tomorrow for the Bills. Those 3 receivers, I think, have humongous upside. I would be shocked if one of those 3 doesn't end up panning out. And Wan'Dale, somebody I'm going in on quite a bit. Tight ends, don't care. Ricky Seals-Jones can kiss my ass. Even though his initials are Ricky, RSJ. So you know what? I love you, Ricky.
Doesn't
You're
matter.
the best.
Doesn't matter.
But yeah, Saquon Barkley, Wandale late. That's really all I want from the Giants. What is up, you fantasy wolf? Thanks so much for tuning in. If you haven't already, share your thoughts in the comments. Check out some more videos and join the newest Wolfpack by subscribing below.